those Flame Legion crackpots screaming about Gaher and Balefire?
Yeah, the way I hear it, they think he's some kind of god.
You really think they worship him, make sacrifices to him, set people on fire?
Whatever. It won't matter after we kill that power-mad freak.
Well, good morning, everybody. I hope we're all doing good. Let's do the /talk again here, yeah? There we go. It's really weird when I talk to you a lot and we just keep doing /talk here for long enough. So yeah, we're in the thick of a pretty intense story here where our father has essentially been betraying the High Legions to try and save his friend. He got caught, he got thrown in jail, and we had the choice to kill him and end it or break him free. And we actually went to break him free. That's the option we've gone. We're actually going to go do that now. We're going to try and break him out. Just as a little detour, though, in the meantime, our father says maybe he can explain this whole thing, so hopefully he can. Just before we do that, though, I wanted to show you a little area out in the Diessa Plateau, which, again, is a brilliant map. The funny thing is, though, guys, we're actually going to spend very little time here with the way that the story is about to go, as you're going to see. For most of the races, they let you explore the second map, at least a reasonable amount, but not so much for the Char. For the Char, we're going to very rapidly actually move into a different race's territory altogether. That being the Norn and the Shiver Peaks. So I thought I'd take a second just to show you a pretty famous area. This is generally a, well, we can show you this vista, actually. This is sort of a toxic junk wasteland that's just got become a tipping ground, unfortunately, that the Char have been using. A pretty gross and nasty place. But if you're not aware, Guild Wars does map exploration and environment exploration extremely well. And there are a lot of hidden Easter egg sneaky areas in the game that you might not be aware of. One of the most famous early ones was here in Diessa Plateau in this nasty little zone, right? So I'll show you if we are very careful about where we move. As we climb around on these cogs and things, you'll notice we've got a sneaky way to get up the side of this cliff. And from the sneaky side up the cliff, we can jump up behind this. We can climb on this, and then if you actually look at these pipes in the wall, this one has like a sluice over it, like a grate over it. This one, though, doesn't. And we can actually sneakily come into the pipe here. And by crawling along, you'll see some candles. We actually come out into a secret, hidden, pretty garden here. So this is just an example of one of the hidden areas in the game. There is actually reason to come here as well. You can harvest strawberries, which at release economies were actually worth quite a lot of money. They were good for creating food that would give you magic find bonuses and stuff, I think. They're actually too high level for us to gather right now, so I tried to gather one. I got a ruined plant fiber. But there's this little kid here as well who says, okay, you can't tell anyone about my strawberry patch. If you promise, I'll let you take some for yourself. But seriously, it's a big secret. I can't share it with everybody. And we say, oh, I promise, it'll be our secret. I suppose if nobody else shows up, there'll be plenty to go around. Ah, script bait. I can't believe you found my hiding place. What's kind of funny is actually loads of people in the community know about this now, and quite often you will find... Look, there's a player here immediately, right? Quite often people come here to harvest strawberries, especially if it's like daily and stuff, as I mentioned a few videos ago. But yeah, so it's a cool, like, hidden little place. There's tons of cool things in Diessa. We will see a little bit more of it. But yeah, let's head back to the Citadel now. And there's two things I want to do, actually, back here. Number one is, yes, I want to break our father out. But also, yesterday, I showed you guys... or I hinted at some of the crafting stuff. I talked about the discipline, like you could be a huntsman, or you can be a weaponsmith, or you can be an armor smith, you can be a jeweler, and so on. I thought I would actually show you a little bit of it, because we don't have to like craft everything in the game and max it out and do all that stuff. But I do want to show you just how to make some basic things. One of the weapons I wanted to show you last episode, we saw a lot of the longbow gameplay, right? And the longbow is very cool. But one of the weapons that I love on Warrior that we still haven't even seen yet is axe. And so I figured, hey, why not? Let's actually find some Char who can teach us how to make an axe, and I'll show you that in the crafting here. So this guy here, Task Steam Caller, he's a master weaponsmith. And he says, the heat of the forge, where true weapons are born. Train with me and every blade, mace or hammer you make will bring you glory. So cool, please teach me to become one. He says, all right, there you go. You've become one. So, we can come to this special little area. This is reserved for us, the weaponsmiths. We've got all these different benches and forges and things we can use. and we can do some crafting. So I'll show you how this works. First of all, what we need to do, and you see all these random red items here. This is because in Guild Wars of today, they account bind everything. So you get a really weird experience when you make a new character, right? This is tons of stuff we don't need to worry about. But if it's listed in red, it means we're not skilled enough to craft it yet. So we want to make an axe, though. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a mighty bronze axe, a very simple one, all right? So to make a mighty axe, we're going to want some blood. And then we're going to want a bronze axe blade and a small green haft, which we're going to combine together, okay? So if we look in at the blade we can make out of ingots. We can get ingots by combining copper ore and tin ore. So we just click craft, we get some ingots, and that gives us levels. You see, we were level 0, and now we're almost going to be a level 1 weaponsmith. We're a third of the way there already. And in fact, if we refine several of them, you'll see the experience goes up and up and up. And boom, we get to, you know, we increase our skill. You can get 500 crafting levels. They're not the same as combat levels. I'm level 22 combat-wise. I'm level 2 weaponsmith, though, yeah? So we get our bronze, and you can use the bronze to turn into an axe blade. And now we have an axe blade. If I open my inventory here, you'll see axe blade is down here. And with an axe blade, we also need to combine that with a green haft. So if we look at how to make a green haft, that comes out of planks. We can make planks from green logs. So we go out into the world, we chop down some trees to get logs. We craft the logs into planks. We turn planks into a haft. And now that we have a haft in our inventory as well, so we got a blade and we got a haft. Now that we have that, we can combine those together with a bit of weak bloods, and we will get a mighty bronze axe. And there you go. We made an axe, which we can equip. It's an extremely basic axe. It's like a game beginning axe. It looks more like a hatchet than anything else. But there we have it, and we get some nice, cool axe skills. So we're now axe shield. And then with this, obviously, we can go to the wardrobe, and we are a legionnaire. So, of course, we're going to want to turn that into a legionnaire axe. It's very low level, so we might not do amazing damage with it. But there you have it. So that's a little bit of how the crafting works. I did want to show you guys. And, well, there you have it. Let's head back to the core now. And let's basically commit treason ourselves by seeking to break out our father. We're going to gain entry to the Iron Legion Tribune's office. So let's go. So, we've been to the Blood Legion Tribune's office before. That's Ritlock's office, right? We're now at the Iron Legion Tribune's office. So, if you notice, actually, we're very high up. Because this is the Iron Legion's citadel and their territory, the Iron Legion have the highest offices here. If we were somewhere else in the world, if we were in the Blood Legion homelands, you'd probably find that the Blood Tribunes have a higher place in their citadels. But no. We're in the Iron Citadel, the Black Citadel. And so that means we're really high up now. We've not seen these locations just yet. There's this big-ass throne up here. This is where Smoda himself sits. Smoda, who sent us that mail. He's not around right now. And you'll notice in this glass box, Smoda, this was actually just added to the game with a recent patch. Smoda has an incredible artifact here. This weapon is the Claw of the Khan-Er. It's an artifact that, in theory, could reunite the Char under one mass legion, and we're curious as to what Smoda actually intends to do with it. But Smoda's not here. We're being sneaky at night right now. Okay, so we're gonna come around here into this office over here, and we're gonna speak to Togs Stoneblade. Hey, Trogs.
Iron Legion.
Legionnaire, what are you doing? I need the Tribune Stockade key. I need to see my father. I can't do that. I'm under explicit orders from Emma Whitbane. No one's allowed to see the prisoner, not even family. Okay. Well, then you've got two choices, soldier. Step aside or fall down. Make your decision. Whoa there. Okay, rein it in, Legionnaire. I'll back off. This ain't worth dying over. I love it. We can just intimidate our way through everyone. Get moving. I'll take all responsibility for what happens next. We're not exactly very sneaky or persuasive, are we? So he's just going to run off. And so, yeah, we sneak our way into this office. This is the Iron Tribune quarters. If we'd picked an Iron... to be a member of the Iron Legion, we would have been in here in different story steps. But over here, you can see on the shelf, hidden among the books and parchments, is a wrought iron key. Okay, so we're going to sneaky take that key. This key is to break our father out, all right? So, yeah, now that we got that, we got to just get all the way back down to the stockade. We're at some of the highest areas of the whole core right now. And we got a bit of a walk ahead of us to get down. This is one of the rarest story steps. I very rarely play this step. I don't even know if I've ever actually played it on this specific account. But yeah, so we come down. Nothing to see here, guys. Don't you worry about me. I'm not a big deal. I'm no risk to you. I'm no threat. We just nip down. We go as fast as we possibly can. And we try to not draw any attention to ourselves. Whatever. Some old soldiers around. We can sneak even further down here. Luckily, not too many people seem to be around right now. So, we actually get a huge amount of area to explore right now. We're not actually in the open world here. We won't see other players traveling around. So, this is actually one of the bigger story instances, in my opinion, in the original release stuff. Obviously, the game these days, there's incredible, massive, sprawling, awesome, epic instances. But this one's pretty big, to be honest. All right, so we got to go all the way down to the Stockade, right? So, I almost ran past it here. So, we come to this door. It opens up. We come deeper in. Valis, are you around? Here's Emma. Emma, please leave. Come on, I've got nothing against you. I know you hate Valis. I've got nothing against you.
I knew I couldn't trust you. Just like your father. You only follow orders if you feel like it.
Valis stuck by his warband and tried to do right by them. That's all I'm doing.
You've always put the letter of the law before the well-being of your own soldiers, Emma. Cesric deserves better. So do I.
Not true. You bargained with separatists in violation of High Legion standing orders. And mine. You deserve nothing but execution.
I'm setting Valis free, Emma. Your choices are to help or get out of the way.
Or I could kill both of you. Duty and the law demand it. And unlike you, I'm always true to my duty.
So we actually have to fight her. It's so crazy taking the story step because I genuinely actually believe in what she's saying. I think she's right here. I really do. So it's like kind of gross. We actually have to fight her. There's nothing wrong with her. She's been our ally through this entire chapter. And it's weird in that trying to save our father, we're going to jump away here. In trying to save our father, we kind of commit a much worse crime here. Look, she's parrying us with a mace. Yeah, I haven't shown you any mace gameplay either. So anyway, we got an axe. Axe, we do crazy good damage. We can throw the axe. Right, and we can cripple her so she can't get to us very easily. So we can throw it. We can build adrenaline. Look, we've almost got tier 3 adrenaline. The coolest thing about using an axe, okay, here's Cyclone Axe, right, is our adrenaline skill. It's called Eviscerate. It's a huge, meaty chunk of damage that hits really hard, okay, especially with tier 3. So you ready? Oh, it did barely anything to her. She must be really tanky. So we can like shield bash her and then eviscerate her in the middle of it. We can do all kinds of things. Axe feels great. We can dual wield axes too, which feels even better. So one day we'll get another one and maybe I won't craft a second one. We'll get another one. I guess the thing is as well, this is a really rubbish axe, so we're not going to do much damage.
Give it up, Valis. I'm not letting you get away with this.
What? Emma, no. What's she doing? Is Valis ran off already? What's she doing? She just came over here to fall down? What do you mean you're not letting us get away with it? Well, she's down and out. Valis is out of there. I guess we'll run. Let's go. I think he's already chipped it before we even managed to see him. I suppose that's pretty consistent with how he's been through this chapter. Uh-oh, it's the Adamant Guard. Not good. We don't want to fight everyone in the Black Citadel. Uh-oh, they've noticed. The alarms have been sounded. All right, we're alone. We obviously don't have our warband with us here because we're kind of being a bit cheeky with what we're doing here. But hey, I mean, it's Char Society. Maybe we'll get away scot-free. I guess we'll have to see. Ow, they hit so hard. Oh my god. They hit really, really, really hard. We're going to be careful here, guys. All right. Just as long as we get the damage down. There you go. 2 of them dead. This guy with the rifle. Oh, he knocked us back right as I was about to shield bash him. We can't do anything but just sit here and take the punishment now. All right, that's fine. All right, you want to know what that feels? Actually, I don't have a hammer anymore. Oh my god, we can't actually get near him. Every time we get near him, he like explodes us and knocks us back. Fine. We'll kill you. We'll counter your range damage with our own. So by the way, the burst on the longbow, this fire field gets bigger and bigger based on the amount of adrenaline we have when we cast it. So yeah, you can put smaller fields down if you have less. I really don't want to fight every single Adamant Guard in this place. Let's like sneak on by. All right, you go. Look, we're gonna listen to the Ash Legion just a little bit. Oh, we can't walk through there. That's hilarious. We're gonna take some notes from the Ash Legion. So the fastest way out the Black Citadel is that Surrogate we saw in the distance before. So we're gonna try and get to that as soon as we can. There we go. We'll stomp them away so they can't do anything. Oh god, there's so many Adamant Guard. Look at those guys on patrol there. Alright, at least they're dying quickly. We seem to take a lot of damage, but they also take a lot of damage too, so let's get back onto our axe. Throw an axe, shield bash, eviscerate. Yeah, there you go. That's more like it. Feels good, right? So our skill 2 here, Cyclone Axe, this gives us Fury. Fury means we have a much higher chance to critically hit. So what we're aiming for is to critically hit with the eviscerate.
Adrenaline rising.
Oh god, we just got called a traitor. Really? I suppose we sort of are. Valis isn't even here with us. It's unbelievable.
Wrong.
All right, there we go. I hope he's not bugged, by the way. I hope it's not bugged in that he should be standing next to us right now, and he's not. We'll just pretend that he is, right? So anyway, here's the gate. We're getting pretty close.
Hold it right there, soldier. In the name of the High Legions, I command you to halt.
Emma, no, come on. Don't do this. Don't make us fight you.
I'll hunt you to the ends of the world.
All you have to do is let me step through that gate, and you'll never see me again. No one would even know.
I'd know. I serve the law, and the law demands your death.
No, Emma. You demand it. Simply walk away, and this ends now.
It's far too late for that. The legions will have justice, for the good of true soldiers everywhere. I'll die before I turn my back on that.
I salute your narrow-minded dedication, but I'm setting Valis free, and I'll die before I let you take him back.
Is she being narrow-minded? Is she? He was collaborating with the Separatists, man. The Separatists, she might be right. Also, by the way, you'll note that Valis said he was going to explain to us. We'll use our banner here, right? So we do better damage. There you go. We'll knock her back, summon the banner, interrupt her. Interrupt her again. Oh, this is it. Here we go. Good boss fight right here. You'll notice Valis said he was going to explain more of this, and he hasn't explained anything to us. All right, let's eviscerate. Yeah. Back to longbow. We'll burn the hell out of her. Look at that. Oh my god, so good. So good. She's down and out. She's got no chance. And now she's dead, and I don't know whether I feel good about this.
I didn't want it to end like this. Emma was a great soldier once.
But too rigid to make a great leader. She'll be missed on the battlefield, but she made her choice, just like you made yours and I made mine. You better get going. We drew a lot more attention than I wanted. More guards will be here soon.
I'm bad at goodbyes, so I'll make it quick. I'll remember that you gave me this chance. Nobody else would have. I'm honored to be your sire, and to salute you as Legionnaire. Once things settle down, I'll contact you. Discreetly.
I'll keep an eye out for you. Goodbye, Valis. Father. And good luck.
All right, Valis, I look forward to when you inevitably contact us, which will totally happen very soon, right? Right? Well, so another interesting thing about this instance here is, since he's gone through the Asura Gate, that leads to Lion's Arch, by the way, so far away. And these guards, I guess we never actually killed, they're just wounded. We're going to go report to Ritlock immediately at his office, and I guess report on exactly what's going on. So you guys don't need to see the whole walk back here, and I'll just skip over there. See you guys in a sec. Hey, Ritlock. So again, we're not going all the way up to that other office where we got the key. We'll just come to this one with Ritlock here. Hey man, how's it going? We have some news.
I'm here to turn myself in. I helped the prisoner Valis Smokemane escape from...
Save it. I saw. And you'd be dead or in chains right now if I hadn't dug deeper into the matter. Emmer's initial report omitted a lot of important details, which means I set you into a situation neither of us fully understood. But you adapted. You took the initiative and got results. Ultimately, you were there and I wasn't. So I'm trusting your judgment was sound.
That's... I didn't... Thank you, sir. It wasn't a choice I made lightly. But Valis was...
I still don't like deserters. I have my reasons. But I'm starting to understand extenuating circumstances. We've still got work to do. And I'm counting on your help. Dismissed.
So there's actually two big hints and mysteries there. Number one, apparently what we did was okay. So there were some extra details which we, the player, don't really get to find out. That actually means maybe Emma omitted details that were important, and maybe Valis isn't that bad of a guy. So Ritlock has our back on this. And the other interesting mystery there is he just said, I don't like deserters. I have my reasons. So something in Ritlock's past suggests he has been deserted before, And I guess we'll find more of that out as time goes by. Readers of one of the novels will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's going to become very relevant to the story going forwards. So we get a ton of cool stuff because that's the end of the chapter. Ritlock, man, what's going on? He says, the matter is officially closed. Stand down and make yourself scarce while I report this to the other tribunes. Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you, we say. And there you go. That's it. We leave the office. And that's chapter 2 done. That is sort of the conclusion there of some of the earliest Char stuff. I kind of want to go back in his office here, by the way, because there's a lot of cool things you can learn by just coming in. Let's see what he says at this point in the story. Later in the story, so here, you'll see Ritlock's here and we can talk to him. Later in the story, we won't find him in his office anymore. Only his aide-de-camp will be here, and she'll tell us that he's left. But so here, look, welcome to Tribune Brimstone's office. I'm Laria Sharpeye, his aide-de-camp. Is there something I can help you with? Tell me, what does a Tribune aide-de-camp do? I can't speak for the entire Black Citadel, but I mostly handle logistics and organisation. Tribune Brimstone is very busy in the field, so I manage the flow of information to and from his office. Important work. I wonder if the Tribune is grooming you for leadership? Leadership? I'd enjoy that, but at some point in the future, the distant future, I have so much to learn, but there's no better teacher and role model than Tribune Brimstone. What does your warband think of your job? They mostly think office work suits me. I'm too soft-hearted and shy is the nice way to put it. They usually use other words. The plain fact is, I'm better at planning than I am at fighting. Plans win wars, we say. I think the Tribune is grooming you for leadership. Okay, and she says the same thing there. What's it like working for him? Challenging, exacting, but I enjoy it. He's even given me clearance to issue some orders in his name. I think it amuses him to see a senior officer take direction from someone that they outrank. Well, there you go. So she says that, funnily enough, if we are a ranger, there's like loads of extra dialogue because she's interested in pets and things, but we're a warrior, so we don't sort of get that. So there's some stuff we can interact with here. There's a pitcher. Smells like a pitcher of Black Citadel brandy. Top shelf stuff too, but only a fool would sample Tribune Brimstone's private stock without his permission. Over here we get a Lion Guard polearm. So this is a weapon from Lion's Arch. The polearm has seen a lot of action, but there's a thick layer of dust on it. Examine the weapon more closely. Beneath the dust there's a small inscription. To the winners of the 1320 Lion's Arch tournament, Destiny's Edge. Last contestant standing, Ritlock Brimstone and Garm the Wolf. Now, if we go to our story journal, you will see that the year is 1325. So 5 years ago, Ritlock was in a tournament at Lion's Arch, and he was one of the last men standing, and he got this polearm from it. That is, again, information that you can learn about 5 years ago if you read one of the novels. It's all about his adventures before he came here. Sorry, Legionnaire. I don't have time right now. We'll speak again soon, he says. So, a little bit more on Ritlock there. Let's head on out. And with the end of that, we hit level 30. Alright, so with level 30 comes something pretty exciting. We just got a mail here, guys, from Ritlock Brimstone, and he says, in recognition of your exemplary performance to date, your Legion has promoted you to Centurion. Congratulations, soldier, but don't celebrate too hard. This isn't a ceremonial promotion. Higher rank means higher expectations, more responsibility, and more important duties. Starting now, I have your first assignment waiting. Report to me in my office as soon as possible for orders. And on a more personal note, let me say how glad I am to have another fighting soldier among the brass. Welcome aboard. So we rise a little bit higher. We can assume that in those levels, out in the open world where we climb to 30, we're recognized for all of those deeds as well as everything that's already happened. And yeah, we hit a new rank. So I thought what would be pretty cool is, since we've ranked up again, how about we get another new set of gear? So here we go. We've got another set. This is also Char Cultural Armor. This is the slightly more expensive stuff here now. This is the Legion stuff. So what rank are we now? We're Centurion, right? Yeah, we're a Centurion. So yeah, we look pretty badass now, don't we? And by getting to level 30, we got some extra items that I kind of want to show you guys. So first of all, we got underwater stuff. So we're not a caster anymore, right? So our gear is slightly different. We get spears underwater, and you'll notice we can even weapon swap underwater. Not that we've seen much underwater gameplay just yet, but believe me, in time we will, guys. But yeah, we actually get a spear down there, which is nice. Killing what kind of fishes and things we might find in the deep. So that's one thing. Another thing is, from hitting this level, we were given an amulet So this is just basically an amulet is a trinket that gives you a ton of stats, more than a ring. So like rings here we get 12 power. This amulet on its own gives us 20, and we can upgrade it. So another reward we got going up to level 30 is this nugget, kind of a rare gemstone. It gives us extra healing and extra power. So we can put that in the amulet there. So we get a lot stronger from having that. And by going to level 30, even cooler as well, they give us this, backpack straps of preparation. So the backpack slot, the amulet slot gives you loads of stats. The backpack slot gives you barely any. Backpacks are actually kind of rare and difficult to get in the game, but you get a very bad one from leveling up. So this gives us +1 power. We would need 20 of these to match the single amulet, all right? So we get backpack straps. What is cool about backpack straps, though, is you can skin them with any kind of backpack skin you like and add extra, like, visual gear to your toon. So I thought I would do that here for you guys. There's loads of different backpacks in the game, and as we progress in different stories and do different things, obviously I'll equip them. But I thought we could start off with this, the Black Citadel Engine. What this is this is a reward for people who've been playing the game for multiple years, and it represents the Citadel, and it represents the Char. So this is what we look like now. We've had a hell of a promotion. We look pretty goddamn godly. I've changed our gear now to the Adamant gear instead of the old stuff we had before. So this is like Adamant Guard stuff. What a cool looking Char we are, honestly. Super, super sweet. I love playing Char. And yeah, so we get all this new awesome stuff. I've still got the same dyes as I had before. We could change all of that again, but I'm not too good at that stuff, so we'll ignore that. Yeah, so we were promoted. The other thing from leveling up is we get to a lot more hero points. So what I want to do here actually is, instead of going deeper into discipline, instead of getting some new skills, I want to show you what another specialization line is like. So instead, let's pick up strength this time, and let's just dig our way into strength as far as we can go into this skill tree, which appears to be here. So we'll buy this. Now if we go back, you'll notice we've got discipline as our tree, but we can only equip one right now until we hit level 45 when we unlock our next slot, which is going to be awesome. We can only have one, so we can swap discipline altogether over to strength. And we can now be strength specialized and see what we get here instead. So here, we can do damage at the end of a dodge roll, reckless dodge. So we gain might from that as well. We gain endurance every time we use a burst skill. So we can dodge even more just from landing our F1s. And then we get some choices. So what do we want to do here? How about peak performance? Physical skills, hello, which is what we've been using a lot of. Physical skills have reduced recharge and increase all of our other damage for a period of time. We also receive less damage from falling, and when we take full damage, we launch everyone around us. So this is super cool. We get to use a skill called Death from Above whenever we take full damage. And then we can make a choice over here as well, and let's pick up Forceful Greatsword. This means that as we attack with a Greatsword, we get might, and we do loads more damage with our Greatsword attacks as well. So let's equip a greatsword, shall we? I think I actually need to put the adamant skins on that as well. Yeah. So what's our strongest greatsword? This one here. So yeah, and then we'll skin it with the no, I've typed that wrong. The adamant guard greatsword. So yeah, we've now got this super cool, badass greatsword, and we're well traded for it. So that's how it works, right? And when we hit level 45, we can have strength and discipline at the same time, which is awesome. Okay, cool. So, all right, that's enough slagging off. We got to report for duty. What exactly is going on here? Retlock? Oh, by the way, another thing. Oh, I'll show you in a second. No, it's okay. We're not in the office yet. I'll show you another thing. In the last story step, our father did send us a mail in the middle of our adventure, and I missed it. So, by the way, he said this, just need a little bit more time. Sorry to ditch you like that, but Emma would never agree to let me make the trade, and I didn't have time to argue. Once I get Cedric's back, I'll meet you at High Pass Haven, but you and Emma still want to bring me in. I'll go quietly, but not until Cedric's safe. I hope you understand. Thanks for helping me out. I will see you at the Haven when this is all over. That's what Valor said earlier. We missed his message altogether, and we obviously know what happened there. But yeah, all right, cool. Let's move on in. Retlock. Hey, buddy.
Listen close, Centurion. We've got a serious problem, and you're already involved.
What? How?
The orders of Tyria have come to me about one of your soldiers, Howl the Brazen.
Hal's dead, sir. He died fighting Duke Baradin. I've seen his grave.
Yes, and before he died, Howl apparently bought a dangerous magical amulet from the necromancer Rissa. Where that amulet goes, the undead follow. Rissa has been distributing them all over the region. The Orders want to examine Howl's amulet to see what they're up against. The High Legions want to forge a working relationship with the Orders, so you're going to join their investigation. Reps from the Vigil, Durman Priory, and the Order of Whispers will meet you at Howl's grave. Confer with all three, but focus on the one most likely to get results. You got it?
Yes, sir. Hal was one of mine. I'll do whatever it takes to get to the bottom of this.
So, this is a pretty big moment. What does Ritlock say here? He says, better get moving, Centurion. Aren't there representatives of the Orders here in the Black Citadel? He says, yes, but we need people who are up to speed on these amulets. I want you working with the best and your impressions of how the best operate. Yes, sir, understood. So, this is a big moment. The game now starts to transition out of the Black Citadel. We're starting to move away from our domestic stories here. So remember that conversation we had ages ago with Clawspur about a warband member of ours who seemed to have died, but where they sort of cast a little bit of doubt over it? Well, apparently something's going on. So there's these three big factions. You can think of them as like mega guilds, all right? They all have their own thoughts and feelings and methods of dealing with issues around Tyria, but are all vaguely and loosely trying to deal with the Elder Dragons. They don't necessarily collaborate with one another. They don't necessarily, like, interact too much, but they are out there, and they are fighting the good fight. As Ritlock said, you can actually meet some of them in the Black Citadel. Players who have been playing really slowly and carefully might have already noticed them, and I'll show you exactly where they are in here, at least one of the orders. In all of the big cities, indeed on our human as well, we can actually find representatives of the orders. There's a lot to learn about them, and there's no way that I'd be able to do it all immediately right here, right now. Oh, hold on, did I get lost? Am I going the wrong way? Ha! I am, I'm going the wrong way. I was going to show you the Durman Priory. They're all the way over here. But I guess I won't, because it's like... No, I will. Here, hold on, we'll go back to where we were crafting. It's over this way. It's not very far out of the way. Alright, so over here, you see this? You see these ruins? Well, you'll find a bunch of char down here, right? Priory, look at this, Priory Scholar.
Knowledge defeats darkness.
And he says, knowledge defeats darkness. These are the Priory. We saw some Priory as well near the Great Northern Wall for a while, remember? Looking towards those harpies just a little while ago. So here's Yarla Scribepaw. And some of these guys will actually tell us about what they do, who they are, how they interact with Tyria. I guess we just got to find whoever the head honcho is here.
No.
Oh, I need to know everything, man. Who is the head honcho over here? I guess it doesn't really matter too much because we're about to meet some of the other Priory anyway. So a couple of representatives who have been dealing with the issue of this amulet, this necromantic amulet, want our attention because of our old war mate. So we're going to go over here. And it's not just the Priory, by the way. There's the Order of Whispers too, and there is the Vigil. So let's see what we've got going on. And yeah, we were pretty sure that Hal was dead, right? Come back out here. You'll notice that we're back in the Plains of Ashford here, not Diessa Plateau. We're in fairly common early game areas. And yeah, would we like to continue our story? Graveyard Ornaments. This is a very weird loading screen here, but there you go.
It's not just about a necromancer. It's also about dragons and the undead.
So you still think this necromancer Rissa was an agent of the Elder Dragons?
Of Zaitan, yes. And don't ask how I know. It's the Order of Whispers' business to know things.
The Priory concurs. We don't know much about Rissa, but we do know she was corrupted.
Then finding and killing her is our priority, not digging around in graveyards.
That's why Brimstone sent us the Centurion. Our orders never agree on anything.
That's us. We're the Centurion now. I love it.
Welcome, Centurion. Glad to have you with us. I am Yahala Scribepaw of the Durman Priory. My colleagues are...
I don't need you to speak for me. I'm Gon Towerbreaker of the Vigil. Glad to have another military mind on this mission.
I am Kurikon, concerned blacksmith from the Order of Whispers. We specialize in covert activity, information, infiltration, and assassination. I'm sure Tribune Brimstone briefed you, but to review, all three orders are dedicated to stopping the Elder Dragons. Your late bandmate may be connected.
I understand the mission parameters. Hal's grave is right there. What are we waiting for?
See? That's how a military mind works. Identify the problem, attack it head on. None of this sneaking around, talking things to death.
We were waiting for you, Centurion. There's a complication between us and the objective. Namely, a throng of undead grubs.
And since this used to be a bandmate of yours, we thought it prudent to wait before we dug him up. Now that you're here, though, let's start squashing.
You guys can't deal with some grubs, really? Well, so, one thing I want to be very clear about here, guys, is don't confuse the orders for the High Legions. The High Legions are very much just about the Char, and they're the way that Char society has structured itself. It's a very Char-based construct. The orders are perhaps a little bit similar. Like, so there's the Ash High Legion, which is a little bit maybe like the Order of Whispers, and there's the Blood High Legion, which is maybe a little bit like the Vigil, but they're really not the same thing at all. Like the Dermond Priory, these guys are scholars, adventurers, tomb raiders. That's not really the same as the Iron Legion, right? Who build tanks and stuff. It's not, so they're not actually the same. And just because these characters here are all Char, don't make that mistake. The Dermond Priory is full of all the races. The Order of Whispers was originally a human-only organization. The Vigil is full of loads of different races. These guys have all different origins and histories, you know, stretching back to all different points in time. So they are very different. They're just slightly similar, I guess, here. But yeah, okay, so so far, Ritlock told us to collaborate with the guy who's most likely to get results, who I would say is this dude, right? You must be the Centurion that Brimstone promised us. I reviewed your record, and I'm looking forward to working with you. First things first, my comrade's grave is right over there. So we're really going to go dig in Hal's grave? Really? Okay.
Fight what cannot be fought.
And Kurakan, there's the blacksmith, does actually have something to say.
Target.
He says, "Greetings, I may just be a humble blacksmith, but even I've heard of your exploits. Can't wait to see you in action. You'll get your chance, blacksmith. But first, I want to check out Hal's grave." Okay, alright, let's head on over. So, these are undead grubs. Not necessarily the same as the ghosts.
Welcome, Centurion. If you haven't put down undead grubs before, this is your big chance.
So, the ghosts we find in Ascalon obviously are undead, but they're a very specific kind of undead created by a single specific event, the Faux Fire. And when they're put down, they come back. They're like echoes of the past, right? These undead, these are cursed, risen, corrupted bodies, reanimated and brought back to life, like through necromancy and potentially tied to the Elder Dragon of Death, Zaitan, which is what we heard the Orders speculating about earlier. So this really isn't the same as the ghosts, okay? And as you can see, these grubs actually hit really hard. Let's drop our banner. And now, if you notice, we get all these crazy damage buffs when we use our physical skills, which is great. I actually kind of want to put kick back on now, because that'll be really, really fun. We need a better axe, man. Between this episode and the next one, I'm going to craft a really badass axe. I'm going to go to the trading post and buy some. If we look at our gold now, we've got 70 silver, right? So we've actually, between us playing this character and the human, we've slowly started building quite a lot of money up. We can probably spend that on some nice new, like, gear stat-wise. I'll keep the same skins, because, I mean, come on, we look awesome. But, yeah, I think I want a new... We could even dual-wield axes next episode. How cool would that be? I think that'd be really fun. And then what else have I got to show you? There's still so much to show you. There's maces. There's a lot, guys. Okay, so let's examine the grave. This is Hal's grave. Oh, it doesn't look good, does it? It looks broken into. Hello, Hal?
No amulet here. There isn't even a body. Either someone dug up your friend or he dug himself out. If Gon here wasn't so humorless, I might say, this is a dead end.
Go hammer your anvil, blacksmith. The adults are talking. Look, our objective hasn't changed. We still need to secure one of those amulets.
I'm afraid I must leave that to you two. Without the amulet in hand, I need to confer with my colleagues before the Priory can commit to a course of action.
We have the Necromancer's records. We know the location of at least 2 more of Rissa's trinkets. I say we start in Drugar's homestead. Me and my fellow blacksmiths do a lot of business there. We have valuable contacts at the location that we can't afford to lose.
Scorch what your associates can afford. The people of Snowdrift Haven have already been attacked, and they need our protection now.
You can't save everyone, Crusader. And since our new friend here can't be in two places at once, who are you going to protect, Centurion?
Okay, so we get a decision here. First of all, the Priory, they've got no amulet. They've got nothing to, like, research or understand or look at. So they're not interested. But we do get to choose between two of these orders, two of their plans. They don't obviously cooperate very well at all with one another, so they're going to need our advice. So his plan is what? A Norn called Clays in Jurgar's homestead has one of these amulets. So far, the place hasn't been attacked, and we intend to keep it that way. So the idea is these amulets are causing undead to swarm to them. So maybe we can go grab that one? And what does this guy here say? He says that Snowdrift Haven has already been attacked, and the records show an amulet there. There's no need to get fancy. We just go in, we find the amulet, and we secure it. Are you interested? Well, this seems a little bit more straightforward. This seems a little bit more like my kind of plan, especially as I'm playing this Char. So, yeah, I'll meet you at the Haven. Let's do it. Sorry, Mr. Blacksmith, but you seem a bit shady to me. I don't quite like that. So we get some nice new pauldrons. We get a new bag, thank God, because our inventory is actually starting to get a little bit full here. So we get a nice new bag. Oh, yeah, we got this as well, the Signet Ring of the Black Citadel earlier. So we can select stats on this. Let's go with a mighty one. So we get lots of power from that, and we'll equip that. Okay, cool. So, we need to meet Garn Towerbreaker at Snowdrift Haven. And you guys might be thinking, oh, that sounds really easy. That's not a problem. But clue is in the name there. Snowdrift Haven? Snow? What snow? We're in Ascalon. Well, if we go back up to Diessa here, this is just north of where we started this video. If we go back up to Diessa, you may realize that our quest objective is really quite far away. Oh dear. It's well out in the Shiver Peak Mountains. So we're going to have to go on a little bit of an adventure. Very similar to how the players of the first game had to go on an adventure. We need to get all the way out here. So on the next episode, guys, we're going to leave Ascalon. Not completely. We'll be coming back, obviously. But we're going to leave Ascalon. We're going to brave the snowy climbs. We're going to be in the periphery of one of the other races altogether. The Norn. So I hope you guys will see me there. And we'll get to the bottom of what exactly happened to our old warband mate, Howl. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I'll see you shortly.
Soldier, we're setting up a betting pool. You want a piece of the action?
Yeah, we're betting on how Geharon Balefire is gonna die.
My money's on a sniper, slug.
I got blade to the gut.
Oh, you're crazy. The guy's gonna get betrayed by one of his own troops.
I want a piece of this. A hero's hammer's gonna take him down.
Oh, sure. Go for the easy money. Pay the quartermaster and you're good to go.
Tell you what, if I ever face Balefire, I'll kill him with my bare claws.
Yeah, he's the weakest of the weakest magic users that ever lived.
Death by claws more than he deserves. But I don't care.
His freakish cult will die when he does.